So I am here today with Morgan Harper, Lisa Anderson with the State Port Pilot for our newest edition or episode of the Brunswick Beat. And I gotta tell you, I really am very excited about this today because not only are we featuring our local paper, but 94 years of history. And you know, one of the staple companies, community in this community. It's just incredible. So before we get going, would you two just introduce yourself to our guest and just state what your role is here with the Port Pilot?
Sure. I'm Morgan Harper. I am the publisher and editor of the State Port Pilot. I also take a lot of pictures. I'm basically the photographer, and I still do.
So you're all around town.
I still do. Yeah, I still do the work of the features editor, which I was for 10 years. So
cool.
And I'm Lisa Anderson, and I am the digital engagement manager.
So I'd like to hear a little bit more about the history. Morgan, you want to kind of share some insights on that?
Sure. Let's see. The paper started in 1928 with Bill Keziah, who founded it here in town, and then my grandfather got involved in 1935, and then while he was in World War II, my grandmother worked with Bill Keziah. Grandpa came home. He was publisher and editor until 1972, when my father took over as publisher and editor, as editor. Then when my grandfather passed away, my dad became publisher as well. He served as editor for 46 years. We lost my dad in 2018, and the following January I took over as editor. We won photography awards. We win a bunch of advertising awards every year. We win awards for headline writing, sports features, feature writing. We win a ton of awards,
Cool.
we're very lucky for that. The way that works, I'll tell you really quick. Another state will judge the North Carolina Press Association awards, and in turn, we judge theirs. And so the Press Association asks for volunteers to judge. I've done it several years. Photography awards, general excellence, best use of photography. In the last, 20 years, we've won over 600 awards.
Wow.
And also
600? That is awesome.
And it's a lot.
That's awesome.
It's a lot. We enter a lot, but my dad had his theory was, if you think you have something good enough to enter, if you're proud of it, I want you to enter it.
Nice.
And so our staff has always been able to do that, and I still carry on with that.
So, Lisa, I understand that your new role is going to kind of evolve the Port Pilot some. Can you kind of share with us kind of what the future looks like and some of the changes that you're going to be putting in?
Sure. I was really lucky to start here just in the beginning of May. Strangely, I found this role in the newspaper.
Wow.
She did. We had an ad, and Lisa found it in the paper.
Oh, that is so cool.
So I came on board as the digital engagement manager, and it was really neat because this job evolved as a grant. And so, so this digital part of the paper is exciting because it enables us to really expand our horizons and look at how we can serve the community in new ways. And so video obviously is something that's very appealing, and people want to be able to relate to the news and to stories and to community in new ways.
Right.
And so video gives us a way to tell stories and to share people's stories in a deeper way. And so it can be an extension of what stories may be in the paper, or it could be something totally different. So we have started a brand new newsletter called The Good Newsletter. And
nice. I like that.
For our motto since the 30s has been a good newspaper in a good community, so we took off
Good newsletter.
a good news.
I love it.
Took it from there.
You're going to make sure I get signed up for this, you know.
Absolutely.
Please.
Yes. it's free. You can sign up on our website. So
I'll do that when we're done.
Yes.
So the newsletter is really focused on good news. And so it's primarily things that you're not going to find in the headlines. The focus is on community, it's on unity, and good people doing good things.
Right.
And so I think people are painfully aware of things that are happening in global headlines.
Yes.
There's a lot of negative available,
Of course.
and we're kind of submersed in it these days. And so, Morgan and the team felt that it was important to bring a little bit of balance, a little bit of light, a little bit of, a reminder that there can still be unity.
Yeah.
And so the stories that we try to portray in the little newsletter, it's just a little respite maybe from some of the other stuff. And so our goal is to focus on certainly some of our nonprofits and some of the great things that they're doing in the community,
Yes.
but also just individuals. We had a lady who sent in a shout out to a mystery gentleman who sits on his porch and waves to people on Jabbertown Road every morning, and it just makes her day, and she looks forward to that every single day.
Yeah.
And it kind of just is uplifting for her. So it's tiny stories like that, and then it could be larger things where people's lives have been changed by what other people have done.
Well, that about wraps it up here for this edition of the Brunswick Beat. I look forward to seeing you again next month. You never know where you might find us.